Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be discussing how to get more responses from your leads. And before we get into just exactly how to do it, we have to understand conceptually how this is working. So if we look at our lead conversion curve, we see that a shorter wait time leads to higher conversions. So, what exactly is a conversion? A conversion is when a lead moves to the next stage of our sales process. So, what that might look like is we send a new lead a message, they answer us, that's a conversion. Now we're having a conversation with them, we get them to book a class trial, that's another conversion. Now we send them appointment reminders. So now they're showing up to their class trial, that's another conversion. And now they sign up after it, and that's another conversion. So, conversion isn't just necessarily a sign up for your gym, it is when a lead moves further along your sales funnel. And wait time means how long we are waiting to perform an action. So, an action is something we do for our lead. So, we get a new lead from our website, an action would be to call them. If we wait 1 day, 2 days, 3 days to give them a call, we're probably not going to get an answer, right? So as we wait longer, we move farther down in the conversion rate to where at one point it just becomes very low. So now that means that leads aren't converting, they aren't moving to the next part in our sales process. So if we want to get more responses from our leads, we need to perform our actions faster. But not only that, I'm going to teach you just exactly how I like to automate my system to get the most responses, to get the most conversions at that first stage of our sales funnel. So if we just scroll down here, we are introduced to the lead nurture loop. And this is a framework I use to help myself and my clients build out their sales system. So what this looks like is we start with our triggers. So that would be getting a new lead, actions, which are the things that we do, and the outcomes, which is just how the lead responds, right? Does the lead answer our message or do they ignore our message, right? So we're going to build this out in real time now. So to start with the triggers, we're going to say we get a new lead, right? That is going to trigger this whole process of ours. Now, your actions could vary. This is how I like to handle my sales system as well as my clients. Yours might be different, but it ultimately will look the same. It's going to start to build out just as you'll see here. And what am I doing talking? Let's just keep building it out. So we look at our actions. We might say we need to update our system to reflect the new lead, right? Maybe that's something you like to do. It's definitely something I like to do. But now after this, I like to send them a text message. And if I could send them that message within the first 60 seconds of them coming in and becoming a new lead, I know my chances for converting them on the next stage are extremely high. The outcome of this, there's two outcomes, right? They're either going to answer our message or they don't answer. Let's just make this look nice. All right, so if they answer, we're not really going to focus on that too much in this video, but we're just going to say they continue down our warm lead nurture, right? So we're just going to say warm lead nurture continues. Now, if they don't answer, we're going to want to send them a follow-up message. But now here's the trick that I like to use to get more responses. We're going to follow up with them in 1 hour. So right here, when they don't answer, it's going to be on a 1 hour wait. So if we don't hear back within an hour, we send a follow-up message. And why this is so effective is because when they immediately become a lead, if we're able to hit them with the text message in that first 60 seconds, right, we're increasing our chances of them responding and engaging with us, converting. But if they don't, we're going to wait an hour because maybe they filled out our web form, put their phone down, went to do something else, or life gets in the way, right? It's not always about us. They have things going on too. But if we just follow up in an hour, the chances of them seeing that message or it coming to the top of their phone, the top of their notification stack is very high. And when that happens, again, our chance of converting them farther along our sales process increases. So again, just to finish building this out, if they answer, great. We're just going to send them over to continue warm lead nurture. If they don't answer, well, then we can continue building out our sales process. Now, maybe we wait 1 day before deciding to follow up, whatever it is. But this is how we're going to get more leads to respond, is by sending that follow-up text after only an hour of no response. And the way we automate that is with our software High Level. That's what I like to use, as well as all my clients. So I'll show you just exactly what that looks like within High Level. So we're inside my Freedom Jiu-Jitsu, my school here on Long Island. We're inside of our High Level account. We're looking at a workflow I built for our New Year's special to former students, but the nurture process is constructed exactly the same way that we just did in our little PowerPoint. So we start with a new trigger, right? I didn't create a trigger for this just because I uploaded a list of contacts and dumped them into the workflow. But the trigger would be new lead comes in, DMs you, somebody fills out a form on your meta advertising, somebody tries to call your business, right? Whatever the case would be, the trigger is what's going to kick off this whole workflow. What we do is, for me, I like to add a tag so we're staying organized and keeping our system data clean. But now we're sending them that first message. So in this case, it's an offer message. And then we are waiting. This says 90 minutes, but it's actually 60 minutes. But now we are waiting 60 minutes or 1 hour. And the system is going to check if there was a reply to this offer, to that text message offer. If there was, the system checks if the reply was positive. And if it was a positive reply, we put them right into cold lead nurture. If it was a negative reply, thank you for your time, see you later. They drop off the system, no sweat on my end. But now here's the fun part. So we wait 60 minutes. If there was no answer, we send them a second message. This is a second attempt. This is, in this case, this is just kind of promoting the offer again, maybe adding a little sense of urgency to them, to the messaging. But for you, it would just be a follow-up, or however you're deciding to build out your sales system, right? The point is, we are following up within the first 60 minutes now. And then again, it just goes right back into the same structure we saw before. We wait. This time we're waiting 1 day. Did the contact respond to the second message? Yes. Was it positive? Yes. Warm lead nurture. Was it positive? No. See you later. Drop them off the system. Did they respond to the second attempt message? No problem. See you later. Drop them off the system. So just to give you a quick recap, we built out our lead nurture loop here, designed to drive conversions, to drive engagement by following up within that first hour of no response. We then decided to automate this process, which really just means we translate this exact little build out here into an automation software like High Level. And you can see it looks very similar, pathing and everything. So I hope this helps you get more responses from leads. I hope this helps you boost conversions in your own sales system. If it does, please give me a like and subscribe below. It really means a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.